Hello everyone, I'm Matt. Today I will introduce my creative experience. Okay, before we start, may I ask you guys a question? Do you agree or disagree with the following sentence? Light can be drawing.
Yeah.
Okay, there are three parts of details in this presentation. Why do I concentrate on this project? The purposes of my project, the influence of my project. Okay, let's move on to the first one. Why do I concentrate on this project? Actually, I had finished this project when I was sophomore in university. One day, my roommate was smoking in the balcony, and I saw the fly. When he whipped the cigarette on the wall, I saw the fly can fly. The fire can fly within the flame and leave the light behind it. Then I realized that the fire was beautiful and this fire can be created. Then I do some research. Everyone know him, Pablo Picasso. I know it's this kind of image called light painting. Okay, the frontrunner of light painting is Pablo Picasso. And the first man who showed light painting images with Pablo Picasso is John Mini. John Mini is a famous photographer in Life magazine. And when I did some research, I know the really difficult things is drawing. About the drawing, everything is opposite. Such as, I can write an arrow like this, but if I shoot the picture, the arrow should be this. Okay, and I need to do some different material, like camera, wide-angle lens, tripod, and filters, different kind of light, and fast flashlight, and so on. Then there are several kinds of light painting that they had created. For example, compare with the environment and draw something, and only draw something, and with people, and so on. Then I have a question. I have to make choice which type of a photograph that I want to create. Then I created it like this one. About the process of this light painting, I need to find a place suitable for this image, and I have imagined the whole image, what it look like before I shoot, and put a tripod in front of this space and fixate the camera on the tripod. And second, I have to measure the angle, the lens angle, and the whole lens. Even though you guys can see this image easily, but the whole area as long as this classroom, I think. Then I need to set the camera's data. The f-stop is 10. F-stop is the aperture, is a hole in the lens area. You know, like our eyes can open and small. And I really need to keep the capture small. I must keep the exposure as longer as I can. I took this image. The exposure time is 379 seconds. It's almost 5 minutes. The important to me about the light painting, I think, is mystical, because when the camera began to exposure, I didn't know exactly what the image looked like during the camera exposure. It's this kind of experience like developing the film in the darkroom in the different liquid and the image we are showed. It's very funny and mystical. Before this image, I took this one because I didn't measure the width and the angle, and so I put them together. Okay, let's move to the influence of this image. I have joined the biggest photography exhibition with this project. As we know, the biggest project, the photography exhibition is Pingyang International Photography Festival. Actually, I didn't take that image with this group because this group, I cut them to the square. And this image, I put them in first in front of the whole image. It looks like a pre-order. And then I took the fire one image to the Canon's. After the exhibition, the famous magazine called Photography's Competition expressed my light painting on his official website. I'm really happy that I can find my name on Baidu.com. Sorry about that, Nicholas. It's a Chinese word. And then I took this image to the Canon's competition in 2012, and I got the silver award. I got a new camera and a new lens to update my equipment. Through this project, I knew what I want to create. I'd like to create my own art. Through that Canon competition, all of us focus on the documentary photography. So I'm a little bit creative, so I can got a silver award. And I knew the photography must give me a kind of joyful. It must be boring. It must make me happy, and I really like to do it. And I want to be an independent artist. And this is the beginning of my career, I think. Okay, thank you for listening to my presentation. Do you have any questions?
In your creative experience, what do you think the idea or the technology which is better important?
I think the concept, the idea is most important than everywhere, because I need to think about which kind of image and what I want to drawing is suited for this environment. For example, that image is in front of the forest. So I think maybe two person on fire here is make me you see the top of image is a sky and the bottom of the image is very dark. So this dark place is suited for painting.
Okay, thank you.
And how many people need to draw in?
Actually, my